Welcome to Python Programming Language video tutorials by Talent Chain India Private Limited. I am your host Babu sir, technical, quant, logical reasoning trainer. If you understood all the string methods in which we discussed in my previous tutorials, let us execute one sample program using the string methods we learned. Let us see the problem statement. So this is what the problem statement. Here we have to read the string from the user. So here I'm not writing any function and take string as input. So here I'm going to take directly a string from the user. And what we have to do over here? So we have to sort its characters. Here its means what? String. Whatever the characters which are there in the string, so we have to sort it in lexicographical order. So do remember in what we have to do over here in lexicographical order. So what is meant by lexicographical order? Dictionary order. So in dictionary order, the characters will be sorted based on their Unicode values. So Unicode values or else ASCII values. As we know that ASCII is a subset of Unicode. So we will discuss in deep in coming tutorials regarding this ASCII and Unicode. So I hope you could understand. So here ASCII is a subset of Unicode. So whatever the characters for ASCII values are there, so that you could see in the Unicode as well. So I hope the idea is clear. Now let's see the sample input provided here. So that is what Python. Now here for better understanding, I have given each character ASCII value. So in the given string given by the user, that is Python. So I have taken every character and I have written here ASCII values. Now we have to sort the characters based on these ASCII values, not the characters. So what is the least ASCII value here? That is 104, and corresponding character for 104 is H. So hence the first character becomes a small h. So next small ASCII value is 110. So corresponding character is n. So n becomes the second character in my output. So in such a way that the rest of the characters have been placed in my output. So I hope you could understand. So what way we got the output over here. Now let us go back and discuss in what way we can calculate the ASCII values for this corresponding character so that you could understand this program easily. Now, let me take here. So in order to find ASCII values, so what method we are going to use? So we are going to use ORD function. It is a built-in function. So using this function, we can easily find out the ASCII values for the corresponding characters. Now it returns what? ASCII values. It returns ASCII values for the corresponding characters. Now let me write here the syntax for this ORD method. Right now you could write here ORD of, and here you have to pass one parameter, so that is character. You have to pass here the character. Do remember. So can we pass sequence of characters at this method? So we can't pass sequence of character at this method. You have to pass only one character. Only one character. If you pass here the string, which means sequence of character, it raises a type error. So do remember, so this error. So I hope you could understand what I have conveyed here. Now, if I have taken ORD of, so character I'm passing here, small p, and it provides ASCII value for this p. So ASCII value for the small p is 112. Now let us see whether we are getting 112 or not. So let me open my IDE and let us write here ORD of, let us pass small p and execute it. So you will be getting, so ASCII value for the character that we have passed. Now let us take one more example and ORD of, so in this case, I'm going to take, so capital A. So as we discussed in my previous tutorial as well, so ASCII value of capital A is 65. So you will be having ASCII value for even space. So space ASCII value is 32. And ASCII value for the 0, it is 48. So we can easily determine ASCII value for corresponding character. Now, can we identify ASCII value of a sequence of characters? So if you want to determine ASCII values for sequence of characters, we will be use a loop. So let me execute over here. Suppose I would like to find out ASCII value of each character in the string that is Python. So further, I'm writing here one for each loop here. So I'm writing for I in. So let us take the string over here. So I'm going to take Python. I wish to get each character in the string of ASCII values. ASCII values for each character in this given string, right? So here, what will happen? So we can traverse each character using this for each loop. In the first iteration, so I holds P, second iteration I holds Y, and so on. Now, so let me use print statement. So I'm writing here I, which means in the first iteration, I holds P, so that P will be placed here, right? Now, so let us use ORD. ORD of I, I'm passing here. So in the first iteration, I holds what P, so ORD of P, which means 112 we will be getting. In the second iteration, I holds Y, so ORD of Y, right? So we will be getting, so corresponding 121. You could see here, so Y ASCII value is 121. So in the next iteration, so I holds T, ORD of T. ORD of T means, so 116, right? Now, between these two, I just want to separate with the hyphen. So for that, I'm going to use sep parameter. We have discussed already, right? So here I'm going to pass hyphen so that, so these two will be separated with a hyphen. Let us see. So I hope everybody clearly understood what I have conveyed, right? So based on these ASCII values, we will be getting sorting, right? So to execute the problem statement, what I have explained, so I'm going to use two string methods. So in order to execute this program, I'm going to use two string methods. Those are, one is sorted method. So first one is, let me erase all these things. So first method I'm going to use, that is sorted method. And second method is, I'm going to use join method. Hope everybody is familiar with these methods. As we know, sorted method will take three parameters. First parameter, which is what? Iterable. Iterable means what? Here, string we are taking. And the next parameter is the key. So key, by default, it holds what? None. So here you may pass function as per your requirement. And the third one is reverse. So reverse always set to false. So these are the three parameters which is holded by sorted method. So it does not modify the original string. Instead, it creates a list. So hope you could understand what I have conveyed. Next, coming to the join method syntax. So join method, the syntax is, first we have to write here separator. So you could pass here separator dot join. So here you have to pass iterable, right? So in this separator, you may pass as per your requirement. So you may use empty string or you may use ampersand symbol. As per your requirement, you could use this separator. So these two methods we have discussed already in my previous tutorials. Now I wish to use these two methods in order to execute my program. Now let me erase it. Now, so let us take A is equal to, so I have to read this string from the user. So in order to read the string from the user, as we discussed already in my previous tutorial, so we will be using input method. Here you may pass the message, that is enter the string, so that user will be provided the string. Now here, for better understanding, I'm going to write here the comment. So here I'm writing comment. So which means let us assume that user provided the string is Python. Right? This is what the string given by the user. Now what is our role here? We have to sort the characters from this string. For that, you could use sorted method. Right? So I need to get in ascending order only the sorting, so that a reverse flag is not required. Right? So let us pass only iterable. So when you are using this one, what will happen? So we will be getting a list, a new list will be generated with a sorting. So the characters will be sorted based on what? The ASCII values. As we discussed already, the ASCII values for the corresponding characters in Python here. So you could see over here, right? So these are the ASCII values, right? So after arranging the alphabets based on their ASCII values, we will be getting the output as like this, HNOPTY. Now, so after performing this action, so we will be getting a list. So let me write here the comment. So the list will be generated like this, right? So H, N, O, P, T, Y. So this is what the list will be generated. Right? Now what we have to do, we need to combine all these characters. So for that, what we have to do, so let me take this in one variable, that is B. Now in order to combine the characters from this iterable, so because this is what a list is what iterable, right? So now I'm going to use join method, right? Since separator is not required for me, I'm going to take an empty string dot. So let us join. What we have to join? So this list will be holds by what? So B. So let us pass B over here. So B is pointing this list. Since list is an iterable, so let us pass the iterable over here. So if you have done this one, so you will be getting the output as HNOPTY. So this is what the output. I hope you could understand what I have conveyed. Right? Now, let me execute the same thing in my IDE so that you could understand in a better way. So here I'm going to write, so let me erase this one. So let us take, so A is equal to input. So here I'm going to pass, enter the string. User will be providing the string over here. Now we have to sort the characters from this string. So for that, I'm going to use sorted method. So what we have to sort? The characters which are there in string. So since we have to get in ascending order only, so no need to use reverse flag here. So by default, reverse set it to what? False. Now let us save it in one variable. So B equal to sorted of A. Now after performing this action, let me execute it. So here I'm writing Python. Now click enter. Now this is what the output we got it. Now what we have to do, we need to combine all these characters. So for that, I'm going to use join method. So join method syntax is what? First separator. So I don't need any separator between these characters. So hence I'm going to use empty string dot. So join of. So you have to pass iterable here. So iterable here is what? B. So because B points what? List. Now let me execute it. So and then you could see what output we will be getting. See the required output we are getting. I hope you could understand. If you want to see it on the screen, let us use print statement over here. So let me execute it once again. See, we got the exact output. Now, so instead of writing these many lines, so let me write it. So entire these two methods in a single line. So for this, I'm going to erase. And here I'm writing so dot empty string dot join of sorted of A. Now let me erase this one. Right? So first, this method is working, sorted of A. And then what we will be getting, so let me execute it here. Now one more time. So Python, click enter. So let us print B. So this is what we are getting. So after performing sorted of A, so this list we are getting. And then whatever the list is there, here iterable list is there. Now we are going to join it using empty string, right? So here nothing I have passed over here, separator is not there, so that we can combine all these characters. Right now, let me execute it so that you could see the output. So we got this output. So if you want to see it on the screen, so you could use print statement over here. So with 2 lines, we completed our code. Right now, so in what way we got this one? If you want to see now, let us use ORD method in order to find ASCII values for the corresponding characters, which is given by the user input. Right now, let me write here for I in A, because A points what? String given by the user. Now, let me write here print statement print of I comma ORD of I. So here I'm going to use set parameter and I'm going to give hyphen. Now let me erase this one. Now let me execute it. So I'm writing here Python. Click enter. Now you could see. So based on the ASCII values, right? So corresponding characters will be arranged. The least ASCII value here 104 corresponding character is H, so that H we got at first. So I hope you could understand what I have conveyed. Now let me give one more input. So here I'm giving hi, how are you? Right now let me execute it. So we got the output as this one. So we have a stasis first. Now what I will do here is, so I will use even n statement. So n parameter also I'm going to use with the space and then place comma. Now let me execute once again. So here I'm writing hello Python. So we got all these things in a same line. So let me use here comma. So let me write here hi Python. Now you could see what happened. So H ASCII value 104, I ASCII value is 105. Here space is there. Its ASCII value is 32 and so on. So what is the output we got it here? HHINOPTY. So I hope you could understand what I have conveyed. Now let me write this statement. So here and execute it once again. So I'm giving hi Python, right? So we got one space and then the output. So the arrangement based on these ASCII values. So I hope everybody clearly understood this sample program. So using the methods from the string in which we have learned it in my previous tutorials. If you clearly understood this program, so please like, share and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.